presents for under the tree, patiently waiting for the Tao haven't. Const relinquished the MEV bots. Mark celebrates with a glass of eggnog. Barry unveils the grayscale trust. Root stakers gather their alpha snow dust. Slowly gone are all the scammers, had to move in with their grandmas. It's a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in Bittensor Wonderland. Keith is baking cookies, you should try them. James and JJ always tripping Tao. Mark is asking questions, so we know, man, what this Tao thing is all about. Siam dropping alpha like the Iceman. Our markets finally thawing out. It's a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in Bittensor Wonderland.
Welcome everybody to the 5th ever live stream of Tao City Live. I hope you're walking in a Bittensor Wonderland today on Tao Tuesday, December the 16th of 2025. Alrighty, look at it. The countdown has changed. We are now waiting for 4 years, 17 days, 3 hours, 36 minutes, and 52 seconds. You know, I'm going to get in the front of the line for this one. I don't want to miss this next big sale. This is the Halving event in 2029. The countdown has begun. The first Halving is over. What did you do pre-Halving? Did you wait until post-Halving to get going? Or are you one of the OGs that could say, I was in Bittensor before the first Halving? If you were, congratulations. Alrighty, I want to give a huge shout out to West Coast Tao on that very fun holiday jingle for the Bittensor Halving. You can follow him at West Coast Tao. That is a fun video. Would love to see more of those, and keep them coming, my man. Alrighty, now the charts. Let's take a look at the charts. It is getting a little red out there, a little green, a little red, very vibes for the Christmassy. And you're probably looking at these charts for Bittensor Tao right now, and it's 263, and you're probably wondering,
Why?
That's great questions. Keep them coming, because I don't know why. Why would you sell right now? But you know what? The market goes up, the market goes down, and it goes left, it goes right, it goes everywhere, man. That's our, you know, it is what it is. And if you're a believer, this isn't phasing you at all. As you know, I'm not rattled, and my man Radow, who we got standing by, he's coming on the show later. He's not rattled at all. We'll be talking about that. Now, if you love the song that you heard and any tunes that you hear on Tao City Live, highly recommend you go to the Tao City YouTube. I created a playlist where you can get every song you ever hear on Tao City Live. We'll be on this playlist. It is going to be an ever-growing playlist of all the tunes that you hear on Tao City. And I hope you enjoy the tunes, man. I'm really trying to create a radio, video, live stream combination that keeps everything groovy and has everybody just moving and grooving during this. Welcome, everybody. I'm Crypto Buffalo. This is, again, the 5th episode of Tao City Live. We go live every Tuesday.
I hate the Tuesday.
I'm going to change your mind, old man. You need to open it up, man. Embrace the Tuesday. Funny enough, Tuesdays was actually my least favorite day of the week when I was younger. Now it's my favorite day of the week. And I hope it is for you as well. I hope Tao Tuesday is a thing that continues on, and you're starting to feel a little
pretty bullish
about Tuesdays. That was Louise Beatty. More on her in a minute. All right, well, a little bit about myself. I am a freelance cameraman out of Seattle, Washington. I shoot sports, and I've done it for 20 years now, and I am now moving into streaming, and this is the setup that I'm using right now as I'm streaming the live stream of Tao City Live. And a lot of the times when I'm working in Seattle, I get gigs. And this weekend, I was working a basketball gig, handheld under the hoop. And this is actual footage of the event. And I got taken out by a point guard from Southern. And I'm not a big fan of that, man. He just used me as a chair. And as we go back here, you can see, we'll slow it down for you. A chance for me to bust out my telestrator for the first time on the show. Here's my camera. I've got a nice angle here on the, you know, everybody. We've got 33 positioned well right here. maybe this is a Masonic. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing right there, but he's probably trying to get the rebound. But I will tell you what I was doing was my job. And then this point guard decided, hey, I'm going to use you as a chair. And he took me down and out. And, you know, I'm only sitting on this tiny little chair. And this guy is probably like half my size. And he's like, I'm just going to sit on you, bro. And you're just going to take it. And that's what happened, man. I got taken out. I'm okay, though. A little bruised and beaten. The crew checked on me. Everything is all right. But yeah, that's the life of a freelance cameraman when you're working sports. Thought I'd share that with you. Also a chance for me to bust out my telestrator live on the show. Alrighty, let's get to the show. What do we got going on here? You guys are probably asking yourselves,
what is this?
what is this? This is Tao City Live, baby. All you gotta do to join Tao City is go to your browser, type in Tao.city, hit enter, and your life will be forever changed. Right now, we have new citizens coming in daily. It's a Discord community that's growing. We're gonna be building out streets. Right now, we have Alpha Street, we got Meme Street. It is going to be a group that hopefully over the years will be filled with the most genuine connections you can make in Bittensor. And hopefully I get to meet a lot of you in face when we have conferences around the world and all of that good stuff. But on today's show, what we're going to be talking about, we've got Radel from Trendsetter Capital that'll be coming on live to do an interview. He's going to be breaking down all the alpha. This man is deep in the rabbit hole. I'm telling you, I don't know how he can see down there. It is so deep where he is going, and I can't wait to pick his brain on what he has been following and charting, and we'll be talking to him soon. I had a call yesterday with Macro Zach, director of Macrocosmos, also the creator of Bitstarter. This man lives by read law. He is moving and grooving at a speed I have never seen. He's taken on so much and he has so much information. We had an hour-long conversation. I will be playing golden nuggets from that interview shortly on the show. And then finally, today's theme, well, I think you probably already figured it out. Today's theme is
pretty bullish.
It's pretty bullish. Let's look long-term here. The first halving is over and Luis Beatty is going to really keep us pretty bullish throughout this show. I think it's going to be a fun one that is going to really change your opinion on how you should approach long-term vision with the Bittensor. And last week I had Tao Templar on the show, and you know, it was a great interview, and I asked him a lot of questions, man. I had so many questions in mind of what I was going to ask him. I was going to be like, man, should I ask him about the meaning of life? Should I ask him if he's ever drinking Bailey's from a shoe? But really, I hit him with the toughest question I could think of. How do I Tao Pill my grandma? I just need to know. What would I do?
Man, it sucks that this is live. I wish, see, this is the part that you're supposed to edit out.
This is my favorite part. So he went into how to Tao Pill your grandma, and he released a video on his channel that you can follow him on YouTube at Tao Templar. He released a video. What is Bittensor? It is an 8-minute, 15-second video. It is the perfect gift to Tao Pill your grandma this Christmas. Highly recommend it if you're struggling to break down what Bittensor is. Tao Templar is one of the best at taking the most complicated project and simplifying it in the best terms that he can. And he recently had the one and only Luis Beatty on an interview where, if you don't know who Luis Beatty is, she is the creator of the People of Tao series, and she was just interviewed by him going over her scam where she lost her whole Bittensor savings, and she's still in the space, she's still creating, she's still learning, she's still sharing, and she goes into the interview and she breaks down. She keeps it real. She keeps it very vulnerable to, you know, criticism, but she's doing it to share why and how she got scammed so that you don't have it happen to you. Highly recommend you watch this video. Right now it is at 2,300 views, and every proceed from the advertising from Bitcast that Tao Templar is going to make, he is going to donate to the Luis Beatty Relief Fund. And I highly recommend you take a look at that video, and definitely take a look at Luis Beatty. She has her YouTube account, Forge and Flourish, People of Tao series. She's already done 2 interviews with Mike Grantis and Sebi Rubino. Both of those are bangers. Highly recommend you take a look at that. And it is definitely one where you can follow her as well on X at Luis Beatty. And
pretty bullish.
Pretty bullish. She is one of the most amazing people in this space that is just priceless. And she means so much to everybody that connects with her. And she's going through some tough times right now. She just lost her doggo in the last couple days. My heart goes out to her. She's just trying to power through until 2026. And to be honest with you, the meme of Pretty Bullish is starting to take on a life of its own. And I'm having people message me, and I'm having people ask me, what is this? What is Pretty Bullish? And I really feel like the Bittensor community is starting to understand that Luis Beatty is priceless. and she should be cherished and honored and put into a museum because the pretty bullish meme is starting to catch on, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it. But I'm literally getting Telegram messages from people saying, I want to be a meme like Louise Beatty. Well, don't we all? She's starting to pop up in streets. I'm starting to see her at the airport when I'm walking to go to my flight. I've seen her on a van parked in Tao City. I mean, we are seeing pretty bullish Louise Beatty all over the place. Every screen you look at, you're going to see Louise Beatty in 2026. I'm seeing artwork. I'm seeing all things because she is really keeping it
Pretty bullish.
pretty bullish indeed. So I just had to do that, Luis. I hope you're doing great today on Tao Tuesday. If you guys don't know or follow her, keep it classy and go follow Louise Beatty on X and YouTube. And it should be a very good 2026. And some would say even
Pretty bullish.
pretty bullish. All right, I'll try not to hit that 100 times on the show, but no promises. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk to the one and only Radow from Trendsetter Capital. This man does not just talk price. He talks projects. He gets in there deep into the code. He is all about teaching and training. He has an alpha group. We are going to pick his brain about everything that he's been collecting and how does he stay on the pulse in Bittensor. We're going to talk to him live right here after a quick music break. You're watching Tao City Live.
We in the freaking mountains with it, working on my dream in the middle of nowhere for 40 days. We're gonna make this shit work with Bittensor, with Tao, with the subnets, with everything, man. It's all about locking the frick in. Close your tabs, close everything. Lock in on your goals, lock in on your dreams. I wasn't a coder, I wasn't a developer. I quit everything for the Bittensor movement. And now I'm in the freaking mountains with my MacBook, some Wi-Fi, and just a dream. Let's freaking get it.
Let's freaking get it indeed. Radow, welcome to Tao City Live. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, Brandon. Happy to be here. How are you?
I'm good, man. How's that Wi-Fi? I'm surprised the connection. I was going to bed last night. I'm sitting there going, he's got a video that says he's up on the mountains with his laptop and Wi-Fi. How's this stream going to go? But seems to be pretty good Wi-Fi you got there.
I mean, hopefully the sound is good, but you know, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so you know, we'll see.
For 40 days, huh? You just going to lock in, man? Are you eating? Are you fasting for 40 days too? What's the goal?
Man, the food in Europe is pretty good, so you know, I'm definitely not fasting. So
But you're locking in. You're locking in. Is that's what's going down right now?
I'm locked in, bro. Like I said, I have my MacBook, I have my Wi-Fi. I'm in a closed off room. I just try to work as much as possible every day. I do some little activities here and there, but you know, I try to work.
All right, man. Well, let's get right into it. So you could be doing anything with your life, brother, man. You're a smart kid. I've been talking to you. I had a chance to pick your brain earlier a couple weeks ago. Why Bittensor? What's up with Trendsetter Capital? Break it down for me. How did you get involved with Bittensor?
Man, why Bittensor? If I can circle back, man, I've been in crypto for so long. And to be honest with you, I never really liked crypto besides Bitcoin. You know, I was more a, you know, Bitcoin only guy, a Bitcoin maxi, if you could say. And, you know, I was, in terms of like investments, I was more to like houses, real estate, lots, you know, just physical things where you could generate cash flow, you know, with them. So crypto never really appealed to me. You know, I never really got into the like the Solanas, the bases, the Ethereums, the XRPs, the things of that nature. I always felt it had something that wasn't so useful, at least in my eyes. So I never really looked into it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And then one day, you know, I was, you know, in my room working real estate. My brother just came into my room. He's like, "Yo, I just researched 100 cryptos and I only like one of them." And I was like, I turned around. I'm like, "Which one was it?" And he's like, "It's called Bittensor Tao." And then luckily I actually stuck with it and I did some research, and you know, the rest is just history. I'm shocked how far this thing, you know, came to about.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching one of your early videos. It shows you like walking in the woods, talking to your camera, and I'm like, oh, he's been Tao Pilled. I can tell that energy right there. I can feel the energy. You're just like ready to go. And then I come across a lot of people that you can sense they're excited about Bittensor, but then I'm like, let me check in with him in a month. Let's see what's going on. And I look back and I'm like, okay, no, he's definitely Tao Pilled, because every video you were popping out every couple of days, man, it is definitely a full-time job for you, it seems like now, man. Is that what's going on? Are you all in like every day with Bittensor?
Yeah, am currently all in. So earlier this year, I was identifying myself more like as a realtor, and Tao was just like an investment on the side. And then I had my personal hiccups with being a realtor, being in real estate, and I actually left a 100K job, as a 25, 26 year old, just pumped up to make even more. I completely xed out that job from one day to the other. And then, I just researched Bittensor more and more, and I finally figured out what subnets were, how did they work, the emissions and all that. It took me months. It wasn't easy. But yeah, it is definitely, for example, it is definitely a 8 to 16 hour thing per day for me at the moment.
Wow, man. Yeah, no, good on you. Because I'm in the same boat. Every day I wake up is as much. I try not to. I mean, I get overloaded with information. Like each show that I do, I'm researching. The second the show's over today, I'm already researching for next week. But then I have to like figure out. Okay, I can't talk about all that. And half of that I still don't even understand. So I'm like, I got to keep it real and I got to trim and everything. But I get information overload constantly. How are you handling the inflow? And do you have AI tools that you've designed to keep it classy for you? Or how do you not brain explode every day?
Bro, this is such a question because it is my daily fight every day. As a Bittensor worker, Bittensor developer, Bittensor researcher, whatever you want to call it. I think I've tweeted about it, a few months ago. But if you're into Bittensor and you aren't a software developer or an engineer or whatever, I see this as, unfortunately, as if you're running uphill and you need to use much more of your brain power. You need to focus up a lot more. There's a lot of loose ends that you need to understand and really focus up. That's why I say close your tabs. And I can't. So for the information overload part, I mainly use LLMs, large language models. Like this is my bread and butter. My mindset is that, why should I hire a university teacher or, do the research myself or Google stuff or read books when I can have a teacher that occasionally makes mistakes, but, I'm going to bear that, mistake with my own responsibility. If the LLM tells me something that's not true or things of that nature, I'll just find a workaround pretty quickly.
Are you
That's how I
sleeping
see
good?
it.
I'm curious. Are you getting good sleep? Are you taking care of your body and mind, bro?
Interestingly enough, when I flew into Europe in Bulgaria, I was jet lagged for a few days.
Yeah.
Then I got a little bit sick, but I'm getting off good right now, and sleep is pretty cozy. It's pretty good. I don't put any alarms. I try to get full rest because when I
Nice.
lock in on the computer, it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I set a hard 10 o'clock, no more screen for the day. Doesn't matter. I just, unless it's something that's so critical for tomorrow's show, if it was a Monday night, that's the only time I'll give myself, all right, you can go a little longer just to finish that last thing, because I'll sleep better knowing that part's done. But every day, there's only 24 hours. You're only going to learn so much. You got to give yourself some time. I mean, sleep itself, you're trying to, your body and everything is kind of figure out what you did in the last 48 hours kind of rest. And so I feel like getting away from electronics, touching grass, walking my dog, meditating, journaling, all that stuff kind of helps with the process of information overload for me. And I mean, when I first wanted to do Tao City, bro, this was in June. I couldn't sleep each night. I was like, I got this city idea. I got the domain. I need to go. And then I think my brain just exploded with how much I wanted to do right away. I always try to go too big and I have to like reel myself back in. And I'm like, all right, the happening is over. Everybody in the space right now, whether we're bullish or bearish, you're going to find out who's the real OGs, who's the true believers in the space, who's building, and who's just here to trade. And the patience that's where we prosper right now. It's the patience to learn instead of worrying about how much to earn. And if you start learning, and what I love about you, man, is every video I watch, you're using the tools. You're going and mining on those subnets. And I love that, man. And that's going to take you so much further than all those people who are just talking about the tools. You're hands-on. And I'm curious, what kind of group are you building here? What kind of community do you have where you're building and sharing all your alpha?
Well, at first, when I started researching subnets, there were only a few channels, about Bittensor or even subnets, and one of them was Tao Templar. I'm like, yo, there's a huge problem within the Bittensor community. It's a bunch of 200 IQ devs that flex charts and graphs and numbers that nobody understands.
Yeah.
And that's why, there's not much capital in subnets and things of that nature. So I'm like, let me try to start, this movement as to, showing people that getting involved into Bittensor as a regular user and without being a developer is possible. And, that's why I started this Bittensor Alpha group to actually, just aggregate people with different mindsets, different skill sets, people that have different goals and, that want to reach different things within the ecosystem, just to merge all together. It's kind of a bit similar to you as well. And in there, it could be like an alpha group, and we could share information. We can share our mining experiences, our profits. I go much more into detail as to on X. I share my strategies. I share my thinking. There's a help section, things of that nature. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And at first, I started this whole thing just because I wanted to mine on subnet 93, which is Bitcast. And obviously for that, you need a brand. And I'm like, yo, I'm building a brand right now. Might as well try to do like a bigger movement, something bigger than myself, try to help out people, because there aren't any plain English teachers about Bittensor at the moment. And I just positioned myself early in that area, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I'll bring up on the screen right here. What I love about your alpha group too is you're not charging an arm and a leg. $4.99 a month is just getting. I love that model to just kind of build a small group to start, and you can scale and add premiums and all that good stuff. But man, you're not charging an arm and a leg. You're not trying to like hide information. You're just trying to create a structure. So good on you for that. How's the membership? I mean, are you doing do you do conferences with them, like live streams and like certain events that are only for your members in the alpha group?
I would love to, but I don't want to like advance myself too much. I'm only a few months into this. Right now, it's mainly like a very interesting chat hub. So we got like traders in there. We got long-term holders. We got people that want to understand subnets. We got people that are mining on subnets that I'm not even mining on yet, and I learned from them. We have a suggestions tab where they tell me what scripts I can build for them, to get like alerts and tailored information and things of that nature. So it's really cool. I'm getting good feedback, and yeah, I'm not charging much because I don't want to make this a thing. I want to make my money with like subnet yield, subnet staking, validating mining, things of that nature for now. So, and I'm humble enough to say I'm a beginner in this. So I'm not going to charge 50, 60, 70 or whatever, $1,000 a month, something I would have paid for. That's what I would have charged other people.
Yeah. And I love to see that from you. And everybody who's watching right now, if you're wondering how he set up his laptop before this show, you can actually take a look here. This is it, man. This is how we're going live with you right now, brother. That's awesome. That's how you have it set up right now?
Me. Yeah, that's my exact setup. It's abysmal, but we're making it work.
You're making it work. You're remote on a mountain, bro. I love it. For 40 days. Locked in. How many tabs you got open right now, by the way? Let's tab check you.
Bro, I got the VMix, the 1996 VMix tab. I got X, and I got a Miro board, like a little.
I need to use
a little other tab. Yeah.
I use Google Notes, and I do Pomodoros too. So if we talk production for a second here, like every day I have a to-do list, and then I have 4 screens in front of me, and one of them on the right is a timer. And so, because you can get so distracted with X and all these different things, it's like, our attention is so priceless each day. If you're chasing everybody else's stuff, you're not going to get anything done. So I'll set one task, I'll start the timer. Usually it's 25 minutes per Pomodoro, and I just start and I just lock in on that one thing. And then when the timer's done, if I'm still going, I just keep it going. If not, I'll stop and move to the next thing or take a break. Pomodoros has been a thing for me for years as an entrepreneur, to just stay focused and feel like at the end of the day, I can look at the analytics. How many Pomodoros did I do? How much time did I spend on that edit? How much time was I on X? All of that is tracked so that I can keep myself accountable, instead of like, oh yeah, I was sitting in that computer chair all day, I got a bunch done. No, you were on X watching funny memes, bro. You weren't doing shit. If you got Pomodoros to prove it, well, all right, now we'll talk. But that's kind of, I hold myself on a higher regard, because it's overwhelming, man. Bookmarking and all the things that you want to do in a day, you only get 24 hours. And so that's my little tactic, is Pomodoros and timers and notes and that kind of stuff. So that's really good on that. So we mentioned earlier that you might want to maybe give us a sneak peek into that alpha group, into your Discord. Are you down to screen share and let us see what you got built in there?
Yeah, sure. Let me just toggle it.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll bring up your account here. If you guys want to follow Radow, you can follow him on X at Radow TSC, which stands for Trendsetter Capital. There
is
we go.
that good or
Yeah,
do you?
that's
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, essentially these are all the other random groups. Well, not so random, but we have Bittensor here. But here's my my alpha group. So we have the welcome section. Obviously, you have the rules, the how to use, the important information, whatever. And the main bread and butter people, just chatting here. We discuss Bittensor. We have the trader here, which is awesome. Maybe I'm gonna start copy trading him. Who knows? We got a suggestion tab where I was talking earlier and just asking input from from the members, people who need help, others chat just to stay afloat, with other projects, other interesting stuff related to AI. Zcash was pumping hard, so I mentioned that. And we have all the different tools. This right here, this is like an aggregator of all the most interesting accounts on X, and this right here is basically designed to give you a one liner of what each person said in the last 24 hours. It uses AI, and it's actually connected to Shoots to give us those summaries. So, people who know that, they know what's up. We have all the Bittensor related news here, like packages, updates that you need to do, for anyone that's mining or that are slightly more technical. And a lot of these tools are still in development. Like I have a tool where we have a subnet ownership signal tracker. So when someone in the Discord, like a member or someone announces that they're going to sell, we have like an alert that could pop up, on the Discord, which is pretty cool. This one is still in development, so I'm gonna give them the best BTC mining commands that are useful to put in the terminal. So for the people who watch my video, they know what this is. And this, I'm kind of doing a Tao cash out plan. Like I'm writing my thesis on how I should cash out my Tao if ever Tao reaches 4 digits. I think this is very important. So this is something I keep updating constantly. Last update was maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So this is something I'm still perfecting. And yeah, this is pretty much it. And this Discord is pretty much always ever evolving. That's the way I see it. Anytime I have an idea, I just write it in my Notions to-do list, which is never ending, like you said. I do have a lot of information overload too. So yeah, I just do my best, man. I try to wake up and get stuff done. Like I think within subnets, it's such a new ecosystem. It's all about the information that you have at the tip of your fingers and how decisive and fast can you be.
Yeah.
And this is what's going to determine your edge. And just for like a little preview, what I'm super excited to learn how to build and implement for myself is that when I briefly showed you the subnet sale alert signals, I said in one of my, actually a few of my videos, that obviously everybody knows by now that every time a subnet gets sold, the price usually pumps between like 20 to 100, maybe 200% sometimes, and the price actually sustains itself at a higher valuation just because the team changed or the subnet owner announced something. So I'm trying to figure out how to set up a hot wallet and actually tie that to the AI alert, that's popping up into my Discord, and just automatically buy that. See, just fund the wallet and see, if this could like be a money printing machine, hopefully. But I'm all about the risk. I'm all about trying stuff. I'm young. I don't have no kids yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just about like trying and just making it work. That's my mentality.
Love it, man. That is a very healthy mentality, and you got to take advantage when you're young, man. Like when I was 24, I didn't have a wife or kids or any of that. I still don't have a wife or kids. But when I was 24, I was like, I just sold everything and bought an RV, and I just started traveling. And the day I bought the RV, I had to park it at a storage place. And there was this old guy who came up to me, and he looked me in the eyes, and he's just like 80 years old. And he goes, I wish I did what you're doing right now. When your age, doing it is the time to do it. You don't want to be old and decrepit and trying to travel the world. You're going to be really suffering, and especially in an RV. But he looked at me in the eyes, and that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this intuitive feeling is right. When you're young and you have something that you want to try, do it. Just do it. Whether you fail or not, you're going to fail forward with that information and you're going to get better over time. And that wisdom is priceless. So good on you, man. I love to hear that. I love the vibe that you bring in this space. It's something that we're even getting comments, man. We got our first question from a man at a Heart and Harvest Homestead. What's Rado's most ambitious plan in Bittensor? What is the biggest thing that you've been dreaming up? Are you thinking subnets? Like, what's going on?
Bro, my most ambitious plan for Bittensor is actually understanding subnets on a deeper level, because I think I say this in almost all of my videos. I don't know for you guys, but I've hated this bull run personally. Like, there wasn't any alt season. There wasn't any amazing gains. Most of the people were down. I was here in 2017, 2021. I have seen none of that, but somehow Bitcoin just crashed $50,000. Nobody expected it. So my biggest ambition, within the Bittensor ecosystem is understanding these freaking subnets, because there's 128 of them. There's going to be much more. Develop an investment framework. Siam Kid had a pretty good one, so I'm going to take inspiration from him. Develop that framework. Develop a quick, decisive, investment model, for these subnets, because I genuinely believe, in my opinion, subnets are the next altcoins. You don't need XRPs, you don't need Ethereums, you don't need Cardanos, you don't need even Ethereum. Like, think about it. If you put $5,000 in Ethereum, your chances of making life-changing money are probably slim to none. And in my opinion, that kind of asymmetrical opportunities is within subnets. So this is my biggest, daily fight. It's the reason why I wake up. Obviously, I am money driven, but it's for a good cause. I really do believe Bittensor is here to stay in the long run. So, that would be my biggest ambition, just figuring out this subnet thing.
Do you think you would ever do a subnet?
Damn, good question. I was actually thinking about this. It pops into my mind a few times a month. Yeah. And if I'm being humble with you, if I'm really serious, I don't waste time. I don't dwell on X. I don't check all the subnet prices on this goddamn Tao Stats website that is so addicting.
So addicting.
Maybe 3 years. But, if I'm just being myself and, being regular, maybe within 5 years, if I could raise some money, within my city and my hometown, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I got asked that question yesterday by Macrocosmos, and I smiled and was like, man, I love Bittensor, and I definitely, like you, it would be down the road if I did a subnet and then possibly you made it a model within Tao City. But right now, I tip my cap. I bow to and honor all those subnet owners and what they have to go through right now. They're the first through the door on this brand new technology. They have to keep their value, or they constantly get hit with their, hey, Dev, do something, token price, and you got emissions and Tao flow changing and halving, and you need marketing, but you're also trying to market something that's never been done in the world before. And that's honestly why I started Tao City. I wanted to help shape that narrative for these engineer dev brain people that they're overcomplicating the narrative of their project, that we can't understand it, even though they're doing something no one's ever done before. And so that's the goal, is to help tell that story. But subnet owners right now, I just go, man, I can barely handle my dog, and how am I gonna handle a subnet, bro? It's just insane. So tip of my cap to all you subnet owners out there, man. Seriously. So, all right, man, I got one last question for you, bro, before I let you go here on Tao City Live. If you had to Tao Pill your grandma, what would you do? What would be your tactics to Tao Pill somebody who has no idea what crypto is or no idea what Bittensor is? Where would you send them?
Damn, you've put me on the spot.
Yep.
So let's say I go chill with my grandma tomorrow.
Nice.
And I just need to talk to her about Bittensor. What would I say? Assuming her bank account is full with her 401ks and her Roth IRAs or whatever.
Yeah.
I would probably say, like, yo, grandma, look at what I'm invested in. Okay. It's going to $3,000 eventually. You have time, and look at your Roth IRA. It's probably not beating inflation. So let me handle the on-chain stuff for you. Just wire money and invest in this Tao thing and thank me later. That's probably what I would say. I wouldn't, go into the ecosystem, the subnets and things like that. I would just price shield the heck out of her. That's what I would do.
That's great. Yeah, because you're talking about, all right, so Grandma, this is what Tao Flow just recently did with the update. And she's just
Oh
like,
no,
what are you talking about?
forget. I would price shield her the
Yeah.
heck, and just hopefully she would transfer all her money out.
So let me know if that works, by the way. I'm going to try to do that with family members. Yeah. Well, dude, right on, Rado. Thank you for coming on live. I know a lot of people get nervous with the live. You absolutely crushed it, man. Is there anything else you'd like to say before I let you go here on Tao City Live?
Man, I know the price is not the best right now. Just hang in tight. Keep developing your skills. Keep increasing your knowledge within the Bittensor ecosystem. I made a video, a few weeks ago, and I said the best thing you can do if there's ever a bear market is, just shifting your mindset from a investor buy mindset into a producer mindset. So learn to mine, learn to validate, learn to actually make some tokens within this ecosystem so you can stay afloat. That's the way I see it. And if you make a good amount of money during the bear market, you're going to start seeing these drawdowns as just large opportunities for you to make asymmetrical returns once again. So this is my mindset for if there's an up and coming bear market. And as someone who has 10 years experience in crypto, I started in 2016. I have never seen such an exciting project as Bittensor. It is literally my sole purpose right now. I quit a $100,000 job per year just to do Bittensor full time because I really believe in it. So, just keep your head up and, stay focused, stay locked in.
Dude, love it, man. You absolutely crushed this interview. I'm going to be reaching out to you again to try to get you on the show from time to time for your updates and to promote your alpha group, man. Keep on it, brother, man. Enjoy the mountain. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Tao Tuesday, man, and crush it post-halving, bro. We were there before the halving, both of us, and now we're here for the next era of post-halving. So congrats, brother, man. Appreciate you. All
right. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome, bud. Take care. You guys, that was Rado. If you want to follow him, you can follow him on X at RadoTSC. He also has Trendsetter Capital, Rado TSC as well on YouTube, where he's put out banger videos, man. This guy does not just put little videos together. This guy goes deep under the hood, and he breaks down mining. He breaks down APYs and charting and everything and the tools. He's not just talking price. And again, we talked about his alpha group, only $4.99 a month. You can join in there and check him out. You will see a Buffalo in there shortly because I definitely want to see what this guy's doing daily. I'm a huge fan of Rado, huge fan of his energy, huge fan of just how he's putting together videos as well. Honestly, I mean, I'm talking about all these projects, but my hands aren't dirty. I'm not using all these subnet tools yet. I need to start getting dirty. I need to get in there and start playing around is the best way for me to learn and also the best way for me to share with everybody else in the space. So Rado, thank you so much for coming on the show. That was an awesome interview and can't wait to bring him back on the show and next year at some point in early January, possibly, get him back on here and see what he's building because that was some great stuff. Alrighty, we are back here on Tao City Live. Again, huge shout out to Rado for coming on live. People get nervous, man. Some people...
It sucks that this is live.
Some people think... Sorry, Tao Templar, I just had to toast you that. I love it that it's live because I get in my head too much about everything, and the fact that if you are brave enough to show up in this space, it is really embracing Bittensor. Let's be honest. It is progress, not perfection. That's a mantra I try to hold myself to, and we should as Bittensor as well. And you don't need to be perfect. Just show up and break stuff and fix it, but upgrade it and self-improve, just like Bittensor. That is the space, and that is the mantra of everything. And it's really a mantra for Tao City as well. These shows are going to be all over the place. There's going to be mistakes, little flubs. I'm going to ramble about this and that, but overall, every Tuesday,
I hate the Tuesday.
He's going to love it. You guys just watch. It is going to happen. Tao City Live. This has been the 5th Tuesday in a row. Can't wait for the next one. And we have so much more here on the show, but I just want to thank Rado for coming on live because that is definitely something that some people get in their head too much about. But if you show up, man, I'll take care of you, and so will the space. Alrighty, so really taking care of you in the space is something that is really kind of happening on all levels, and education has been the biggest thing that I've seen. Has been a present that people have been sharing when they put together videos explaining Bittensor, like Sunday Bar just put out.
Bittensor is the evolution of digital intelligence, the most valuable resource of our time. Anyone can join. The best earn rewards. Built from subnets, each with its own ecosystem, owners post problems and set incentives. Developers solve them. Validators judge. Rewards are paid in Tao, a scarce digital currency capped at 21 million, like Bitcoin. Think of it like this. Google owns YouTube, Maps, and DeepMind, completely different businesses under one roof. Each uses digital intelligence in its own way, but all of that value ultimately rolls up into a single centralized company, Google. Now imagine that same model, but open, decentralized, and owned by its contributors. That's Bittensor. Each subnet is its own mini economy with its own incentives, a marketplace where the best intelligence wins. Competition forces improvement, as someone will always push the benchmark further. Define a problem, define how to score it, and Bittensor will solve it. And instead of the value flowing into a private company, it flows back to all contributors. Bittensor, the incentivized, open, global marketplace for intelligence itself.
I love that. That was a video done by Sunday Bar, subnet 121. You can follow them at SundayBar_AI. Putting that together, 90 seconds. You could Tao Pill so many people with that type of video. Love to see it. I'll share every time I come across a piece of video that explains Bittensor in a simplified form. Huge shout out to subnet 121. Education right now should be #1 priority with what we're trying to build here in Bittensor. So again, huge shout out to Sunday Bar. So I had a chance recently to talk to the one and only Macro Zach, Chris Zachariah. He is the director of Macrocosmos. He is the builder of Bitstarter. He is a believer in Bittensor, of course, and he is living on Reed's Law. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I chatted with him yesterday for an hour, and I was just like, dude, how are you handling so much? And the guy has just this childlike energy, just like myself. So we were best friends instantly when we were just chatting about Bittensor for over an hour about all sorts of collabs we can work on and everything that they're building over at Macrocosmos along with Bitstarter. And I put together a couple clips from that interview. The interview itself I'll chop together and put out, but here is a clip where we talk about the patience that's required as we're moving into Bittensor.
Being in crypto for a while, you realize, I mean, at Macrocosmos, we were seen as like a real blue chip of Bittensor, especially pre-detail days. And then when detail came in, we had a lot of teams that were like shooting stars that were just went from very little to just overtaking us. And our point of view was, well, rather than trying to pump our token price, we know we're here for the long haul. We know that ultimately that's how you should really price subnets is, do I think this team are going to be here in 3 years, right? If you want to make a quick gains, sure, you can try and, time the market. But if you're a long-term holder of Tao, and you want to invest in subnets, you just got to pick the ones that you think this is a serious, committed team. They've got a plan. I believe in what they're doing. And I think they're going to outlast like the kind of gold rush and the pump and dump. So we know that being in for a long haul, outpaces the market generally, even if you miss out on some of the spikes in the meantime.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, happy Halving Day. That happened like 4 hours ago, I believe. So yes, it was yesterday that we chatted, and that mindset is very important. You wonder, how are these subnet owners, builders, battling through these price fluctuations? It's because they have a long-term vision and they understand the ups and downs, the cycles, and the phases of where we're at within the Bittensor timeline as well. It's very important. And that's education that most people, if you're not in crypto and you're brand new to the space, you're going to get rattled. If you're not a true believer in what you're holding, you're going to get rattled. You're going to have a bad time. And I think a long-term vision and patience is priceless right now. So that clip really hit home for me. And another clip where we talked about breaking stuff to make it better in Bittensor is a huge thing where you really embrace mistakes.
Yeah, I definitely think that's what Bittensor taught me is build in public. Don't try and get it perfect first time and then do this big, actually just talk to people, build it together, and then bring it out in the open. Bittensor is so forgiving of mistakes, because they're builders and they get it. Everyone's a builder out here, and they know how it feels to have something fall apart midway through. But that's part of it. That's what makes Bittensor great. So, more power to you.
Yeah, I already have a slate. Anytime I have issues, I just bring this bad boy up. But funny enough, I haven't actually had to bring it up yet. I just jinxed myself because I'm definitely going to have to bring this slate up at some point. But you just got to get out of your head about perfection. Progress over perfection in Bittensor. That is the mantra everybody needs to tell themselves as they're building and learning and try to understand the space. And I really think that that is something valuable that needs to be brought up time and time again, because just our human addiction to perfection. We're too scared of failure. And most people are scared of public speaking as well. So you put that all together, you're not going to have a good time. So that is one thing that, yeah, a priceless moment there in that interview. So, you know, with Macro Zach, he is also the creator of Bitstarter. And Bitstarter is a first crowdfunding platform for Bittensor for people to get in early on pledging into a subnet at very low prices to help them raise and help them launch. And Bitstarter has 3 campaigns that they've already announced. One was Lush AI. They did a Alpha Core crowdfund live. They did a live stream for that. And they just announced Super World as well, which is going to be their next one that they're going to do a raise on. And they do live streams for these raises, which is very exciting. And it is one that they are really trying to help subnets out the gate. And I am as well. So I can't wait to see which new subnets come through Bitstarter and who I can get on the Tao City Live and whose videos I can kind of help share and which videos I can put together for them. And it's something that for Bitstarter, I think it is a necessary platform to help jumpstart the momentum subnets need out the gate. And Bitstarter also, he announced a new upgrade that's coming to the Bitstarter community that will be announced next week.
Anyone who loves Bittensor, I know you've had a subnet idea. Everyone has, right? You get to the point where you're like, I think this would be pretty cool. I wonder how would I go about building that? So one of the things that we're launching on Bitstarter probably next month is a forum where people can pitch their subnet idea. Nice. So there's no like pledging attached. There's no like, financial element. It's just like a message board where people can create threads and say, hey, wouldn't it be cool if there was this? How would we go about doing that? And then if there are people out there with the right skills, or if like a particular idea really gets popular and takes off, well, you've also got like a way of raising the money through the platform, but also we can matchmake with startups, entrepreneurs, investors who'd be interested in funding it. So that part's a bit of a longer way off, but just having a forum to talk about cool subnet ideas, awesome.
Now, after he mentioned that, I also went into, man, that was the vision for Tao City, to really create an incubation, create a test net within it, the community where you can test stuff out and get, people to volunteer to mine stuff, to kind of participate. And the forum will also help people who have ideas that don't have any support. They don't have any followers on any social platform, but they have an idea and they want to test the market before they put any money forward. And that is the best way to go, because trying to predict what the market's going to do with your product and you're just going to go all in on your product is 9 times out of 10 the worst way to go about it. So you want to get analytics, you want to get feedback, and the forum addition to Bitstarter community, which happens next month, not next week, next month, coming out, should be a great addition to Bitstarter and the community, and anybody who's following and just trying to, brainstorm, throw ideas out there, see what kind of feedback. Who knows? You watching right now could be a creator of the next subnet that runs through Bitstarter by just throwing out that idea on the forum and then getting feedback and going, oh man, wow, you guys actually like this. Well, I'm obsessed with this idea, so I'm going to move forward with it. Everybody just needs that little nudge. But we're all in our heads and isolated majority of our time, and to get feedback in the space, I think is priceless. So big update there for the forum. I can't wait to see the Bitstarter forum. Alrighty, lastly, there is an event in March. It is a Bittensor conference that is happening. It's called Exploit, and my man Macro Zach is going to be one of the coordinators for that conference, and here's what he had to say about it.
And with Exploit, we want it to feel different. That's why we called it Exploit. So people are like, you're calling it Exploit? What about the SEO because of the hack, right? It's like, yeah, but we want to reclaim that in a way that shows people that on Bittensor, exploits are how you learn. Miners exposing of vulnerabilities is how subnets get stronger. That's the kind of jujitsu move of the Bittensor protocol. And we want to like double down on that. So yeah. We want it to feel different. We want it to have that energy and that edge to it. And a lot of that is how you present it and the kind of people that are, hosting there. So if we can keep that magic on at San Francisco, it won't just feel like another conference.
That's right, folks. Exploit will happen March 30th and 31st of 2026 in San Francisco, hopefully the Buffalo will be there helping out and doing videos, possibly even doing a Tao City Live on location. I am definitely a fan of meeting people in person from all over the world. I love going to music festivals where I get to hang around with like-minded individuals who are just in their best moment of their life, and the synergy around people that all believe in the same thing is absolutely priceless. So if you have a chance to make it to Exploit in San Francisco in March, highly recommend it. And if not, hopefully we can set up some kind of stream or do as much coverage as possible so that anybody who didn't make it gets to at least see what went down there, because it's going to be a very special time. In the early stages of Bittensor, there's just not enough gatherings yet, not enough events that are happening, but it will happen, and Macrozach will be helping coordinate Exploit. And again, March 30th and 31st, you can follow Exploit Summit on X and join the waiting list and get your tickets. Apparently the prices won't be too expensive as well, and there'll be a lot of fun events before the 2 days and after, so anybody that's most likely traveling out of country is going to stick around, and hopefully we'll share a beer with the Buffalo if we have a chance to meet while I'm down there. So should be a lot of fun. Alrighty, the last thing I want to bring up here before we go to break, we are going to be talking about a really, really awesome terminal. My man Maxim has been putting in time. Every day, this guy hits me up with updates on the terminal that he has created, Bittensor-Labs. He had the most accurate counter during the halving that was up to the minute, that kept everybody dialed in, and he is adding new additions to Bittensor-Labs every day. We're going to take a look at that. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break, listen to some tunes, and we'll be right back here on Tao City Live. Alrighty, we are back for the last segment of Tao City Live here on Tuesday.
Tuesday, I hate the Tuesday.
You say that, I don't believe you anymore. I think you like it. I think you love it. I mean, and I think you want some more of it. Alrighty, so this last segment we are going to get into is we're going to talk about a really amazing website that a builder is just building. I'm getting updates from this guy, I mean, 4 or 5 times a day, it seems like, where he is just updating left and right. We're talking about Maxim. He has been creating an amazing a terminal hub for Bittensor where you can track the halving, you can track the price. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of the signaling. You have links for, of course, you got the chart for price history. If you scroll down, you can see emissions by subnet, and you can also see, where's something here that I really liked. There is the, oh wow, he's even added more since I checked it last. You have decentralizing score. I'm going to have to interview this guy on this because he keeps adding more and more to Bittensor-Labs.com. You have the fear and greed index. You have the miner map, which goes to learnbittensor.org, which will show you all of the miner positions located around the globe. And then you also have a price model by Tensor, it's Tao Tensor. It's Tao Tensor Law by Decode Jar, who created, it's essentially a fair value model that you can take a look at where it's at in the sense of Tao price. And you can see Tao today should be around $600 instead of, where are we at, 260. So we're looking a little undervalued. So some would say that's
Pretty bullish.
pretty bullish in the long term. So huge shout out to Maxim. He has been working hard and really creating just a to the second kind of like metrics that you just don't see in this space, and the dedication. I really can't wait to see where Bittensor-Labs goes in 2026. Your updates, man, I just tip my cap to you. I love the layout. It was very festive. It's a very green and red for, the holiday season. You even have little snowflakes flying down with it. So huge fan of all of the additions that you're putting in to Bittensor-Labs. Keep going, man. Keep building. I have no doubt that these metrics and all the tools and stuff will be leveraged with APIs, just like everybody's using Tao Stats and Tao App. It is something where you see subnet staking or stacking. We're also seeing now stacking of APIs for all of these different terminals and metrics. So huge shout on you, Maxim. You guys can follow him at Maxim91136. And it's just constant updates, constant great work ethic. Can't wait to see where Bittensor-Labs goes from here. So keep on it. Also, I would like to give a shout out. If you guys go to bittensor.art, you can take a look at the Tao chronometer. And it is one of those art pieces that you may have seen by Siam Kid. It is a very interesting piece that shows essentially the layout and the lore of Bittensor from block 1 all the way to where we are. And it is something that there's only 128 of them. And if you follow Siam Kid, you can see it in the background of his videos that he does. It is a piece of art that is amazing, and I just wanted to give him a shout out because anybody who's creating stuff here, especially promoting the lore of Bittensor, huge fan of. You can find him on X at Michelangelo Tao, and you also can follow him on his website, Bittensor.art. Again, there's only 128 of these. So until there's probably more subnets, maybe he'll do more. But if you are interested in getting a priceless piece of Bittensor lore, go to Bittensor.art and take a look. Alrighty, so there's a subnet out there called Bitmine, and it will help us in situations like this. Is this real or unreal, folks? Just take a minute. Is that real? Can you tell? Do you know for sure? Do you want to know? I'll tell you. But wouldn't you rather have Bitmine tell you? Because Bitmine scanned this and just said, just saved the ambulance company a potential lawsuit. This is AI generated, confidence at 71.5%, as it scanned this video and it could tell. I mean, if you really look at the hands of the steering wheel too, it's a bit of a getaway. But Bitmine is definitely a subnet 34 that has the best use case I've seen for scrolling on X or going through social media and trying to get some validation on, is this real or unreal, man? I don't know. Nobody knows anymore. And eventually there's going to be a lot of people who learn the hard way that you just can't trust internet videos. But can we trust you, Bitmine? I hope you stick around and help us through these tough times because it's getting scary out there. It's getting cray-cray. Alrighty, well, there has been some very awesome bullish news. Some would say
Pretty bullish.
pretty bullish news. Tao.com just released the first wallet for their iOS app, which is in the App Store right now. It has a new display. It has effortless subnet discovery and trading, 100% non-custodial. And the only bummer is I'm an Android user, and so I've never been on Apple or any of that craziness, but they are only on iOS right now, and it sounds like in the first quarter of 2026, Tao.com will release the wallet app on the App Store for Android users. But it is definitely awesome to finally see more wallet access mobilely. I can't count how many times I've been shooting an event somewhere and I was trading in a subnet, and of course the momentum moved so fast that I couldn't trade out of my position because I didn't have access on my phone. So Tao.com changing the game. All right, one last update today. If you haven't heard, MEV Shield is live, and it's live on Talisman. So the Talisman wallet also has the MEV Shield. MEV Shield is what essentially was the update to get the MEV bots from stop rugging or essentially undercutting you when you're trying to make a purchase of a token in the subnet alpha group or any of that, and you're trying to make a trade. These MEV bots come in and they get in a little before and a little after you on your leverage, and you end up getting less Tau or less alpha token than you were trying to buy because of these damn MEV bots. And this MEV Shield is now out. It has been effective 100%, and Talisman even has it on their wallet. So if you're using the Talisman wallet, you can go in there and you can click under it, and it will show you under each subnet. When you click on it, it will allow you a feature where all you have to do is, I believe, where is it? It should show you right here, a little tab. All you have to do is click on that, and MEV Shield will be activated. I don't know why you would want to do that 100%, but that feature is now live on the Talisman wallet. Just another sign that Bittensor is moving and grooving in the right direction. I hope y'all enjoyed this stream. We will be going back live again next Tuesday.
Tuesday, I hate the Tuesday.
Well, you're going to love it, man. You're just going to love it. And he's sticking with me. This old guy. I need somebody to tell me they hate the Tuesday until they love it. But Tao City Live is done for the day. I hope y'all enjoyed this show. Shout out to everybody, all the creators, all those who were here before the halving, and all of you who are brand new. Welcome. This is Tao City Live. You can join us by going to your browser and typing in tao.city and enter the city. Next week will be another fun show. It'll be a festive one. I may have a guest if I can find somebody that wants to come on live. If not, we'll do a show without a guest. But I definitely have so much more to share with you guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you next time in the city.